Alright, this is my recipe for bourbon chicken. Got a buzz, so I got it all written down here. We want to get a pot, and you want to put a cup of water in that pot. You want to get about 3 pounds of chicken. I'm going to cut it up. Cut my chicken real small because there's a bunch of crack babies around here I got to feed. Then you want to get a brown sugar here. Half a cup of brown sugar. And in this same bowl I got garlic powder. You could use fresh garlic, but if you're going to use garlic powder, you want to use half a teaspoon of garlic powder. I'm going to go ahead and add this to this cup of water. I'm going to stir that up. Stir that shit up real good. Or halfway good, whatever. Okay, in this bowl, I got soy sauce, which is, I did this shit earlier. Kind of got a buzz since then, so work with me. 2/3 of a cup of soy sauce. And what else did I put in here? Shit, I put some other liquid in here. Oh, 1 tablespoon apple cider vinegar. Put that in there too. Boom, motherfucker! Alright, you want 4 tablespoons of ketchup. That's like 4 tablespoons of ketchup right there. This shit's really good, trust me. Alright, what else do we got? This bowl, you want 1/4 cup of water. And you got to stir it before you use it because it starts to solidify on the bottom. So make sure you stir this shit up. This is cornstarch. This is a tablespoon or a tablespoon and a half, somewhere around there, cornstarch. Alright. Red pepper flakes. You want to put a 1/4, half. You like it spicy, half teaspoon. 1/4, half teaspoon, whatever you like. If you don't like it, I mean, if you don't like anything spicy at all, don't even use it. Lots of black pepper. You can put some black pepper over here on this chicken too. This is cheap ass chicken thighs that were on sale. You could use the cheapest chicken with this and it tastes great. But if you insist on using some high dollar breast meat, by all means, it doesn't matter what kind of chicken. It could be thighs, legs, wings, whatever. I use thighs. A lot of people use breasts. Most restaurants use thighs. If you like it at the mall, you're going to use thighs because that's what they use. Alright, what am I missing? Main ingredient, Jack Daniels. Now, it says half cup. So we're going to fill this up. Most in places in the mall, most restaurants don't even use bourbon in their bourbon chicken. So I don't think it's real bourbon chicken. You gotta use some fucking bourbon. That's fucking terrible. This is for making food. This is for drinking. So you want to stir this up now. And before I thicken it with that cornstarch, I'm going to take some of it, put on this chicken. I'm going to let that chicken marinate overnight. And you could do it for like 4, 6 hours, 12 hours. I let it sit overnight in the fridge. I use half of this to marinate the chicken. I'm going to grab a ladle. Now, I didn't put no salt in this because soy sauce is super salty. So, after the finished product comes out, You want to add some salt to that, that's fine. I wouldn't put no salt in it at this point. I would keep putting pepper in it. This pepper's fucking awesome. So we're gonna put this in the fridge, let it sit overnight. We're gonna put this on a cooktop. We're gonna cook it. We're gonna add this cornstarch. We're gonna thicken that shit up. We're gonna cook this, and then we're gonna put some more bourbon chicken sauce on it. So it's getting the double effect. It's getting cooked into it, right? It's getting the marinade right now. So it's gonna get cooked, but when you cook it, most of that marinade is gonna get cooked out of it. So after it gets done cooking, we got this thick ass sauce. We're gonna put it, I'll show you, just check it out. All right, so you stir in your water, cornstarch. You wanna use half of it. You don't wanna use it all. You gotta constantly be stirring. Just stir it in. If you don't need to use all this, then don't use all of it. This is more than enough. We want to get this thick. This is going to be a sauce for our chicken when it comes off the grill or however we cook it. It's starting to get thick now. Just keep stirring it. I think half of that is good enough for how we want it. I'm going to turn the heat down on this a little bit now. Look at that. It's starting to look good. If you want this to get hotter, spicier, you're going to want to add a little cayenne pepper, some more than red pepper flakes. But that's not what bourbon chicken's about. So that's almost good enough. I'd say once this cools down, it'll be thick enough. We gotta let that chicken marinate overnight. And then once we pull it off from cooking it, we're gonna sauce it again with this and make it saucier. It's gonna be the shit. But you can keep this going. You can add more of this cornstarch if you need to. But the most important thing is that you keep stirring it. And yeah, I might splash. I can wipe that up with a rag, no problem. But you want to keep stirring it. Especially when you first add it. I'm going to cool it down now because I think it's going to get thick enough once it cools down. And we'll come back to you tomorrow. Once this is going to get thicker on its own. Once it cools down, a lot of this steam's going to come up out of it. It's going to get even thicker. Look at that. Yeah, it's going to be awesome. It's going to be the best fucking chicken you ever ate in your life. Once you let it set a day, it's time to grill it. Throw it on the grill. I put this foil down so I wouldn't make a mess. Plus I chopped it up real small. I'm gonna shut the lid and we'll come back when it's finished. All right, I like to make some basting sauce. So I'll take some of this. I like it a little sweeter. You don't have to do this. I put some honey in it. I heat the honey up so it's real thin. It goes in there good. That makes it good and sweet. This is a little tangy, but it ain't real too sweet. If you like it sweeter, you can put brown sugar in it when you're making it. You can double up on the brown sugar really. Well, I like the honey flavor mixed with the bourbon. And if you wanted to, you could put a little more Jack in there. If you like Jack Daniels that much, feel free to add as much as you need. Put a little shot in there. Now, I'm gonna put this on the chicken while it's cooking, and it'll caramelize on there. All right, I'll get rid of this foil. I tried. Fuck that foil. That's what we need right there. Probably should put more red pepper flakes in there. Give it a little spice. It just depends what you're into. After a couple minutes, flip it all around. That's where we want it. Cup. Yep. To do this right, you don't need no dipping sauce. Put it on top of some rice. About to put some toothpicks in this shit, run around the mall giving out free samples. You want a sample? Free sample? That's what it looks like. I'm gonna make some rice. Put a little butter and cilantro in the rice, and then we'll throw that over top of it. All right, you want to make some rice? I like to put cilantro in my rice and butter. It's a 1/4 cup of melted butter. You probably don't need it all. Stir that around. Now, if you like your rice like the Chinese restaurants, you want to make your rice a day ahead of time, because that's the secret. I'm going to tell you the Chinese secret to sticky Chinese restaurant rice. So you make it, let it sit in the fridge for a day, all this moisture will leave it, and it'll be all sticky, and it'll have the same texture as the Chinese restaurants. It's pretty cool, but I ain't got time for that. I got a bunch of kids to feed this to. So, butter, cilantro, you want it so you can see it every so often in there. You want to see that green. If you you got fresh cilantro, by all means use it. I don't have no fresh cilantro right now. Add salt and pepper into here. I'm gonna stir that up real good. So just under a quarter of a cup of butter will work. That's about three quarters of a cup of rice. There you have it. PhilBilly bourbon chicken. Hope you guys like it. If you do, like and subscribe. Like I said, I like it sweeter. So normally when I make it, I add a little more sugar, but I made it to where you could do with it whatever you want. If you really wanted to, you could heat this up, drizzle a little bit over top of it, get you like a little bit of a gravy for that rice. That's completely up to you, however you like it.